Divorce can be expensive for any couple that is splitting up, but for celebrities it is really next level. Hey guys, I'm your host Bridget Shields, and today we're going to be counting down the top 10 most expensive celebrity divorces that shook Hollywood. Number 10, Tiger and Erin. Tiger Woods once said in an interview with People, "It's great when you see people who've been married for 20, 30, 40 years and they're still in love. That's what I want for us." But of course it didn't end up that way, and resulted in a massive price tag and a lot of people watching. Tiger Woods was married in 2004, but after reports came out in 2009, it wasn't long after that a divorce was filed. The reports claimed that he was having an affair with a nightclub manager. A few days after these reports were released, Tiger ended up crashing his car in front of his home at 2 a.m. The crash woke up his wife, who is said to have broken the back window of the car with a golf club and dragged her husband out of the car. Following the news of the crash and the infidelity, more and more reports started to come out about Tiger basically being a serial cheater. Us Weekly shared a voicemail that was said to be left by Tiger to one of the women he was seeing. In the voicemail he says, "Hey, it's Tiger. I need you to do me a huge favor. Can you please take your name off my phone? My wife went through my phone and might be calling you." A few months after this whole situation was revealed, Tiger held a press conference. He said, "I was unfaithful. I had affairs and I cheated. What I did was unacceptable." After they got divorced, Tiger's ex-wife reportedly ended up walking away with $100 million. However, another source claims that she's actually walked away with $750 million in the settlement. Allegedly, the settlement states that Tiger is banned from allowing his girlfriends near his kids until he marries her. This settlement reportedly also has a hefty price tag because it's in exchange for Erin maintaining her silence about the divorce. Her friend explained at the time, "Erin's legal team have done a great job digging up all sorts of assets. The price of this huge sum is her silence." Going on to say, "No interviews, books, or TV appearances about this for the rest of her life, even if Tiger passes first, or she'll lose the whole thing." Number 9, Scooter and Yale. Scooter Braun, Justin Bieber's longtime manager, split with his wife Yale after 7 years together in 2021. A source revealed at the time that they were able to stay friends as they navigate through co-parenting together. The insider said at the time, "Their friendship is the best it's ever been, but they are taking some time apart to sort things out." The divorce was finalized in 2021, but it definitely got a bit messy when Taylor was believed to chime in. Scooter and Taylor have had some history and it's not great. When Scooter purchased Big Machine Records for $300 million, it included the masters of the first 6 of Taylor's albums, which of course she wasn't very happy with. After this, Taylor alleged that Scooter had bullied and manipulated her for years. So when people started listening to the lyrics in the song Karma, many believed it had to be about her nemesis Scooter and his divorce. As part of his divorce settlement, he was ordered to pay $20 million to his ex, as well as $60,000 in child support per month for their 3 kids. Yale also got to keep their $30 million home, the car, and some other art pieces. In return, Scooter got to retain the $65 million mansion, private jet, and 100 pieces of classic art. So I think he'll be just fine. Number 8, Kim and Kanye. Kim and Kanye filed for divorce in 2021, but troubles reportedly started years earlier. Kanye's erratic behavior was said to really put a strain on their relationship, along with his very loud vocal support of the former President Trump and his various controversial remarks. Kim reportedly tried to fix the marriage throughout the years, but eventually it didn't seem to work out and it was finalized in 2022. She said at the time, "I think in the last 2 years I decided I'm going to make myself happy, and that feels really good. I've chosen myself." But considering their conjoined wealth, how much did this whole thing cost? Well, according to CNN, Kim will receive $200,000 a month for child support, but the battle really happened over the $2.7 billion worth of assets. It's been pretty hush-hush about how they split these assets, but insiders have claimed that it was amicable. It didn't take long for Kanye to openly miss his wife and former life though. After Kim's monologue on SNL joking about her divorce, he went on a podcast and said, "That ain't a joke to me. My kids want their parents to stay together. I want us to be together." He went on to say at the end of his song during a concert, "I need to run right back to me," more specifically Kimberly. Reportedly, it didn't take too long as Kanye is now rumored to be married again. Number 7, Johnny and Amber. Even though Johnny Depp and Amber's marriage only lasted a matter of months, their relationship spanned more than a decade. The two met on the set of The Rum Diary back in 2009, and this really sparked the beginning of their friendship. Amber said to Vogue Vogue in 2011, working with Johnny was torture. It was better than I ever imagined, which is really saying something. It was a couple years after meeting that the couple publicly started dating, and they were engaged by 2014. Johnny and Amber got married in a private ceremony in 2015, and it wasn't long after that things really took a turn for the worst. After just 15 months, Amber filed for divorce and even obtained a restraining order against him just 4 days later, claiming that he physically attacked her. She said that he threw his phone at her, resulting in a bruise on her face. But when a police spokesperson was asked about this in an interview with People, they said that under investigation, no crime had taken place at all. Johnny and Amber ended up going to court over these allegations, which Johnny's representatives were sure were just an attempt for financial gain. By August of 2016, a settlement was reached in Amber's favor, leading to her receiving $7 million, which she claimed was all going towards a charity of her choice. Both Amber and Johnny released a joint statement about this, saying, "Our relationship was intensely passionate and at times volatile, but always bound by love. Neither party has made false accusations for financial gain." But of course, we know it didn't end there. Amber ended up writing a feature article for the Washington Post talking about all the messy details about their relationship, as well as writing about her alleged domestic violence. She wrote, "I became a public figure representing domestic violence. I felt the full force of our culture's wrath for women who speak out." Though she never actually mentioned Johnny by name, it was pretty obvious who she was talking about. Johnny sued Amber for this in 2019 for $50 million under a defamation lawsuit. He said, "Amber Heard was not a victim of domestic violence. She is a perpetrator." They said that all her claims were just an elaborate hoax to generate positive publicity, which of course didn't necessarily happen. Phone calls were released of Amber admitting to hitting Johnny, where she said, "I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap. I was hitting you, I was not punching you. Babe, you're not punched, I did not hurt you, I was hitting you." The trial ended after 6 weeks and Johnny was awarded $15 million after the jury unanimously found that Amber couldn't support her claims, and that she knew all along these allegations were false from the start. I honestly can't think of many more ways this breakup could have ended worse. Number 6. Madonna and Guy. Madonna and Guy Richie were married for 8 years from 2000 to 2008, and they had 2 children together during that time. When Guy opened up about his marriage to the star at the time, he said, "I enjoyed my first marriage. It definitely is not something that I regret. But you move on, don't you?" He went on to say, "I stepped into a soap opera and lived in it for quite a long period of my life. I'll probably be more eloquent in it in 10 years. During their divorce, a spokesperson for the couple revealed that their settlement was between $94 to $113 million, which includes the value of their country home in England and their West London pub. At the time, a representative for Madonna said that she believed this was the largest payout ever in a divorce settlement. Number 5. Michael and Juanita. Michael Jordan married Juanita back in 1989 in Las Vegas, and they had 3 children together. The former couple actually divorced twice during their time together. Once was in 2002, but they got back together not long after, and then again in 2006 when they mutually decided to end their 17-year-long marriage. The couple released a statement at the time saying that they mutually and amicably decided to end their 17-year-long marriage. The divorce quickly made headlines after Michael's ex-wife received $168 million in the settlement. This made it the most expensive divorce settlement in entertainment history at the time. Juanita also received a 7-acre mansion that they owned in Chicago. Michael also ended up paying $2 million in legal fees, but that's pennies to him now considering that he's worth $1.7 billion today. Number 4. Jennifer and Chris. Before J-Lo and Ben Affleck, there was J-Lo and Chris Judd. After less than a year together, the two ended up separating and filing for divorce. Their lawyers released a statement saying, "Jennifer Lopez and Chris Judd have announced that they have resolved all issues arising out of their marriage. The resolution was extremely amicable. These two will remain friends." The couple originally met while working on Jennifer's music video for the song Love Don't Cost a Thing, which many have found ironic considering it actually cost her quite a bit in this divorce. In the end, it was reported that Jennifer gave Chris $14 million in the settlement, so I'm sure she's hoping history won't repeat itself this time around. Number 3. Angelina and Brad. The once iconic couple Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie first became a couple in 2005, and they got married in 2014. But it was only 2 years later that they filed for divorce, and Angelina requested full custody of their children. The whole situation got pretty messy when she claimed domestic violence against Brad. The FBI announced in 2016 that no charge would be brought against him and proceeded to clear him of any wrongdoing. Despite this divorce being filed back in 2016, it has yet to be finalized. Although they are both legally single, the battle still continues. Reportedly, Brad has offered Angelina $100 million to put an end to it, but there has yet to be confirmation if this has happened happened or not. Number 2, Adele and Simon. Adele was married to Simon for 2 years before filing for divorce in 2019. The former couple first started dating back in 2011 and had a son together in 2012. The impact of the breakup really hit Adele, and she shared that the whole thing was devastating. In an interview, she said, "It made me really sad. Then having so many people that I don't know that I didn't make it work, I was embarrassed." She said, "You feel like you didn't do a good job." So why did the two of them get divorced? Well, Adele said that they simply fell out of love. She told Vogue in 2021, "I was just going through the motions and I wasn't happy." Unfortunately for her at the time, it was revealed that she did not have a prenuptial agreement with Simon, and although their divorce details were primarily kept quiet, reports revealed that the settlement was around $190 million. According to The Sun, she was ordered to pay $140 million to Simon. The two of them decided to work out their property and various debts throughout mediation and thought it was best to just share custody of their son. And coming in at number 1, Jeff and Mackenzie. With Jeff Bezos being one of the richest men alive, you can expect his divorce to Mackenzie to make this list. Jeff got married to Mackenzie in 1993, and it wasn't long after that Jeff would set out to chase his dream and create what would later become Amazon. The two of them had 4 children together and were married for 25 years before they announced their divorce in 2019. They released a joint statement at the time which said, "After a long period of loving exploration and trial separation, we have decided to divorce. If we had known that we would separate after 25 years, we would do it all over again." A few months after the divorce settlement was announced, it was revealed that Mackenzie got 25% of their Amazon stock, which added up to $38 billion. In 2021, Mackenzie ended up giving $8 billion of her fortune away to charities in 3 separate rounds of giving. But that didn't even put a dent in her wealth. Currently, her net worth is around $34 billion, as her Amazon stock will continue to keep her in the billionaires list. Well, that's all we have for this video. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next one.